Generally, it's indigenous people around the planet. If you were twisting my arm and making me come up with a specific example, I'd say the Benjolay people, or also known as the Baka, who live in the heart of the rainforest and jungle in the Congo, and they have a very light footprint. They take what they need from Mother Nature, but not what they want. But in all honesty and fairness, it's not a life for everybody. They don't have much electricity for powering fridges with vaccines in them. They certainly don't have much access to telecommunications, shall we say. It's not one that everyone could live, but I still look on them as being quite an example for the rest of us, not least because they live in harmony with nature, but they also live in harmony with each other. I'd say first, recognise the problem, that actually we do not lead the lives that our ancestors would recognise. Second, I would say get access to your natural environment. There is beauty and nature quite close to home sometimes. And third, I'd say get involved. Get involved in improving what we've got, because that is such a powerful tonic for your head health. Actually doing something, volunteering, being involved in projects, whether it's in your community, whether it's through work, whatever it is, that improves the natural environment. And I think Mother Nature is one of the greatest providers of help for us with our head health. I think it should be given on prescription. But here we are, here's 3 suggestions for how to get more involved in it. For me, the most moving and upsetting in some ways situations when I'm on my journeys is when I'm meeting people in poorer parts of the planet, or certainly they're poorer in terms of their income, their financial wealth, and they can see that their area of the world is changing and they don't really understand why. And there I can think of the Kogi people in the mountains of Colombia, who have a very light footprint on the planet themselves, but can see the world changing. I've been in situations in some parts of the world where we've encountered somebody who doesn't dress like I do, doesn't get to eat like I do. Maybe he hasn't had any sort of education, but he's clearly so bright, so capable. I heard a story from a friend I was working with about somebody they'd rescued who'd been shackled in a village in a remote part of Southeast Asia. And they got him working alongside them and he'd become involved in their work, and his talent had just burst forth and he'd become one of the world's leading experts on tiger conservation. And I've heard so many stories like that, and that gives me great hope for the future. Pleasure.